Typhoon Doksuri, Philippine name Ige, a powerful Category 4 over the Batanes Islands. On tonight's Tropical Weather Bulletin. Tropical Weather Bulletin for July 26th. The map of world tropics, we have one storm and one storm only. Typhoon Doksuri, which peaked as a super typhoon this morning with winds of 155 miles per hour and a pressure of 923 millibars by DRHT analysis. Right now, it made landfall at the Batanes Islands and has caused some extremely severe conditions. Very high storm surge, very high rainfall, and made landfall at winds of 150 miles per hour. So here we go. In the Pacific here, we have Typhoon Doksuri, obviously. And then down near Palau, not Palau. These islands, this Palau, this is Guam. It's like these islands. I don't know the name of these islands. But those islands, there is a 60% chance of development. At long range, they do have a storm developing over there. Also, I don't have the Atlantic here, but we have 10% chances in the Atlantic right now. One is in just by the Leeward, not Leeward, the Lesser Antilles. One is over by the Bahamas, and the other one is over by Cape Verde. So here's a close-up of Typhoon Doksuri. Based on our analysis, it currently has winds of 145 miles per hour and a pressure of 933 millibars. I do not actually know how fast it's moving. But last time I saw, it was moving north. It was moving west at roughly, I think, about 10 miles per hour. Current movement is west at 9 miles per hour. I just checked that. But there it is. There's its location right north of the Philippines. As I said, very severe conditions are currently happening there with a 12, 13 feet storm surge, something like that. And they have signal 4 warnings along all these islands and the northern Philippines right here. Very bad conditions are happening over there. I wish everyone in the Batanes Islands and the northern Philippines. I was looking at the city earlier. What's it called? Apari, that's it. Sorry if I destroyed the pronunciation of it. I do not know how to pronounce any of the Philippines. It's Apari, Apari. I do not know how to pronounce it. Anyone there, anyone along the entirety of the northern Philippines, just stay safe. It is very, very dangerous storm right now. On this day in 2016, we had Hurricane Georgette in the Pacific. It wasn't peaking. It was coming off its peak and had winds of 115 miles per hour. It peaked as a Category 4 with winds of 130 miles per hour and a pressure somewhere like the 940s, like low 940s, upper 930s. And then you had Tropical Storm Frank right behind it. And then you had Tropical Storm Marinay, which was in the Gulf of Tonkin. It was a rather fast-moving storm, actually. I mean, I wasn't tracking storms back during this era, not even close. I started tracking in 2021. But it formed the night of July 25th, and it was like here, and then it was in the Gulf of Tonkin by the night of July 26th. Anyway, moving on to the names. All right, so the next name in the Atlantic is Emily, which we will probably get sometime in the next week to 2 weeks. In the Eastern Pacific, the next name is Dora. And then in the Central Pacific, I mean, we had Calvin in there, but we're still waiting for Hone. In the Western Pacific, the next name is Conan, followed by Lan. And in the North Indian Ocean, the next name is Tej, followed by Hamoon. At first, nothing really happens. They see this little wave start to move off Africa here. And that eventually organizes itself, and that does become a tropical storm. If that were the case, it would be Emily, and then quickly becomes Hurricane Emily, and after that it becomes Major Hurricane Emily, Category 3, potentially a 4, and comes very close to my home state of Georgia. But it curved away at the last second, so I'm fine. Don't worry about me, guys. Eastern Pacific, because I know I saw a little something over here. Yes, I saw a little somewhere around here. Oh yeah, there it is. Is that a tropical storm? It might be. So it'd be a very weak one. Oh yeah, that's definitely a tropical storm. 1,001 millibars, yeah. That's a tropical storm there. That'd be a tropical storm. I have to do the accent for that. Western Pacific, because obviously there's quite a lot going on over there. There's Doc Surrey. Moves up and then goes just south of Taiwan and then slaps China as a Category 3. That's it's a little aggressive, Category 3. Most models are with like a Cat 1, but, Category 3 works too. And then that area of interest we have behind it forms and becomes a massive typhoon and very strong too, Category 3, 4 there, even a pressure in the 930s. Think, can't tell. Yeah, this says 938, I think. Yeah, 938. So that's probably a Cat 4 that makes landfall in China. Then another storm forms behind it, and that becomes a major typhoon, Category 3. And then, guess what? Another storm behind it. Also, that storm looked like it came up and hit Japan. Is that a Cat 3 making landfall in Japan? That's a Cat 3. Well, that's not a landfall, but that's a potential Cat 3 landfall in Japan. Cat 2. Close enough. And that's probably a Cat 1 and Cat 1 looking off the colors. Also, that says 987. That's a Cat 1. So quite a lot of Western Pacific activity. Hold on, wait. I'm going to pull up the Western Pacific naming list. Okay, so you got Doc Surrey. The ones that behind it would be Lam on a Conan. And then... Yeah, so that's Conan that hits China. That's Lam. That's Sayola. That's Damray. And that right there in between Taiwan and China would be Haiku. So there you go. That's 4 tropical cyclones active in the Western Pacific. And it even looks like a little something's forming out here, too, at the very end. Yeah, it looks like a little something's forming out here. But a lot of Western Pacific activities. You got Doc Surrey, Conan, Lance, Sayola, Damray, and Haiku. That's 6 storms. So quite a lot of activity. Let's move on to the satellite imagery now. And obviously we have to talk about the main feature, Typhoon Doc Surrey. It's looking not as great on satellite imagery now as it was 24 hours ago. It still looks very good, though. Oh, that's 12 hours ago, not 24 hours. It's looking a lot worse, probably because it's tweaking quite a bit. It was 150 miles an hour when it made landfall, so at the very beginning of this frame. That's a 150 mile an hour storm right there. As I said, it peaked at 155. But as you can see, still decently high cloud tops around like way over here, like minus 80. But mostly around the eye, you're looking at around like minus 70, like around minus 65 to minus 70 roughly. So it is weakening and quite significantly too. My shoulder just cracked. Yeah. So Doc Surrey is a strong typhoon. And then not really much else to look at. There's MS-94B in the North Indian Ocean. I know I didn't talk about that. But yeah, North Indian Ocean. It looks just like a tropical cyclone. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not. But Doc Surrey looks pretty. I mean, I can switch over to the tab where I have Doc Surrey at its peak pulled up on my tracking thing, whatever it's called, Zoomer. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. Give me 1 second to find its peak. Just excuse me for a moment. Yes, here you go. This was Doc Surrey at its peak, and that was a little about an hour. This was 23 hours ago. That it was at its peak. This is Doc Surrey at its peak, and then this is Doc Surrey now. It's about to transition into the daytime, so we'll truly see the eye. But let's switch back over to the GFS. But yep, so that's gonna be it for tonight's tropical weather bulletin. We'll be back again soon. I know we haven't done a tropical weather bulletin since a very long time, beginning of June or something. We haven't done a tropical weather bulletin for almost 2 months. Yeah, there's probably gonna be a lot. There's probably gonna be even less tropical weather bulletins over the next little bit because I have school and it starts next week. So there's probably gonna be less tropical weather bulletins. But storm track is never gonna stop. That's never gonna stop. Even off camera, it's never gonna stop. But that's it for tonight's Tropical Weather Bulletin. We'll be back again at some point in the future.